Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. My name is Eric Jeffries, and this is my social media story. Prior to taking this course, I had spent several years in marketing for higher education institutions and systems of schools across the U.S. While I had spent a lot of time working on branding, I also spent quite a bit of time working on social media. I have worked with colleges, universities, and systems of schools to help operationalize their social media efforts over the past 10 years. I mention this because this is how transformational this course has been for me. Specifically, while I operationalize social media platforms, essentially launching these platforms for these colleges and universities, I lacked an understanding and appreciation for taking an audience/followers mentality in my approach. Kimmons, Valisanos, and Woodward's 2007 study addresses challenges that exist in higher education social community building. Twitter accounts showed that the preponderance of tweets were monologic. They were only designed to disseminate information. They would link to a relatively limited and insular ecosystem of web resources, and they would express neutral or only positive sentiment. I feel as though I have fallen into this group in too many instances by only supporting brand-driven monologue instead of fostering dialogue and contributions from community members. Through our studies, I have gained a greater appreciation of audience, understanding the needs of the various stakeholders related to a college or university's social media efforts was a factor, but it wasn't a driver in my approaches. Additionally, I did not fully understand the institution's role in the community. One example that reflects the importance of valuing members of a social community includes connecting and listening to stakeholders. Muñez and Xiao's 2007 study suggests that marketers should listen to and understand what their consumers are saying, particularly when those consumers are embedded in a brand community. That example highlights one aspect, an important mechanism for capturing consumer feedback related to strategic social media management. Additionally, Bellinger, Bali, and Lundgren offer social media technologies have empowered consumers to share their opinions about brands and products, creating significant online word of mouth. These are two very effective examples of how to more effectively leverage social media. Now let's talk about new knowledge that I have acquired through this coursework. First, while I thought I understood what comprised an online community, this coursework and related research has helped bring clarity to what comprises a social community. For example, according to Habibi, LaRoche, and Richards' 2014 study, there are 3 indicators that make a community recognizable. These indicators are shared consciousness, shared rituals, and traditions. Having a shared understanding of what comprises a community will help me engage stakeholders when developing social strategies for community building. One of the most transformational experiences and learnings associated with these studies has been understanding value. Subscribers and followers expect something in exchange for their attention from brands and specifically higher education institutions. This coursework has exposed me to different models designed to categorize different types of values. For example, Fujita, Harrington, and Sauter cite previous research where Xiao suggests 12 value-creating practices of brand communities, which are classified into 4 thematic categories, including social networking, impression management, brand use, and community engagement. I have also wanted to understand the types of contributions that subscribers expect. Their study suggests that universities' contributions, such as campus news, events, announcements, faculty, staff, and student engagement content contributions are valued. They also introduce user-generated contributions of value related to student inquiries, student-to-student communication, and of course, feedback and complaints. One concept that has stood out from my coursework is Goffman's impression management theory. Goffman's theory offers an effective lens for understanding the intersectionality of consumer relationships, trust, brands, and social media. Researchers Lewin and Reeves' study cites Goffman's original description of the impression management theory as impressions of self are therefore managed actively by individuals during their social interactions, a process termed impression management. For Goffman, the presentation process was regarded as a performance, which was undertaken in two distinct areas, public and private. In regards to future applications, there are many in my digital marketing and social media management efforts. The exposure to a variety of models such as Goffman's impression management theory and value frameworks such as Fujita, Harrigan, and Sauter will help guide more strategic approaches to social media management. It will allow for a more targeted approach, individualized for the various stakeholders and personas. In conclusion, I simply cannot stress how transformational this experience has been for me. I feel as though I've gone from being a social media tactician to a social media strategist. I have a broader lens and greater understanding of identity, community, value, and engagement. I am now more confident in strategic applications and the development of strategic approaches to social media management. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video.